Imagine this: you walk into your home, but instead of feeling calm, you feel tired just looking at it. Here's the truth: most seniors with the cleanest, most peaceful homes don't clean harder than you. They just do a few small things each day that change everything. And the first one, you can do it before your coffee is ready. I'm the seniornest, and I've spent years visiting the homes of amazing older adults all across America. And from Margaret in Ohio to Robert in Texas, I've seen the same simple habits keep their homes safe, fresh, and truly welcoming without exhausting themselves. Today, I'll show you exactly how they do it, starting right now. Habit 1: make the bed, your first win of the day. Some people think making the bed is just about neatness. But in reality, it's the first conversation you have with your home each morning. It's the moment you decide, today will have order, not chaos. When you pull the blanket smooth and set the pillows straight, you're not just tidying fabric, you're setting the tone for the next 16 hours of your life. A tidy bed is like a handshake from your own space saying, "Welcome, I'm ready for you." I remember visiting Margaret in Ohio, a warm-hearted woman in her 70s. Her health isn't perfect, but every morning before tea, before reading the paper, she makes her bed. She told me, "When I walk back in later, even if there are dishes in the sink or laundry waiting, my room still feels like a place of peace." And that's the point. This isn't about perfection, it's about control. Psychologists have even found that small morning wins can lift your mood, sharpen your focus, and make you more likely to complete other tasks during the day. It's momentum. Once you've started, it's easier to keep going. For seniors, there's another subtle benefit. Making the bed gets you moving gently first thing. You stretch, bend, and reach, which wakes up your body without strain. And when the bed is made, it discourages you from just lying down again during the day, helping you stay active and engaged. Here's my tip: don't think of it as a chore. Think of it as a 2-minute gift to yourself. Use that moment to notice the morning light through your curtains, feel the fabric under your hands, and breathe in the scent of a fresh pillow. These small sensory pleasures are part of what makes home home. So tomorrow, before you do anything else, try it. Smooth, straighten, and step back for a moment to appreciate the space you've just created. It might look like a small act, but it's the quiet first win that can carry you through the whole day. Habit 2: declutter as you go, the 30-second rule. You've already made your bed your first win. Now let's make sure the rest of your home doesn't quietly undo that calm you've created. Clutter is sneaky. It doesn't arrive all at once. It drips in: a coffee cup here, yesterday's mail there, a sweater tossed over a chair. And before you know it, you're wondering, how did my space get so out of hand? Here's the habit I've seen in every beautifully kept home: the 30-second rule. If it takes less than 30 seconds to put something away, do it right now. No later, I'll get it tonight. Later rarely comes, and when it does, the small mess has grown teeth. Robert, a retired firefighter from Texas, is a master of this. When he takes off his shoes, they go straight into the closet, not by the door. When he finishes the paper, it's either recycled or neatly stacked, not left on the coffee table. I think of it like fire prevention, he told me with a smile. You don't wait for the blaze, you stop the spark. For older adults, there's a double benefit. It's not just about how the house looks, it's about safety. Clear floors mean fewer tripping hazards, especially in the middle of the night or when you're carrying something. And mentally, a clutter-free surface sends a signal to your brain: I'm in a space that supports me, not one that demands from me. I've also noticed that when people keep their space clear, they use and enjoy it more. A dining table free of piles becomes a place to actually enjoy lunch. A chair without laundry becomes a reading corner again. If you want to start this today, pick one hotspot, maybe the kitchen counter, the entry table, or the nightstand. Make it your mission to never leave anything there for later. That one clear zone will change how the whole room feels. And here's the beautiful part: once you see how much calmer that space becomes, you'll naturally start doing it in other areas without even thinking. Now, you might be wondering, what's the fastest way to make a room feel fresh without touching the clutter at all? Well, the next habit does exactly that, and it takes less than a minute. Habit 3: wipe surfaces daily, the quiet reset. You've kept the clutter at bay, now let's talk about something even faster, something that makes a room look instantly cared for without moving a single object. Every home has surfaces that tell a story. The kitchen counter with a few crumbs from breakfast. The bathroom sink with a faint splash of toothpaste. The coffee table with fingerprints from yesterday's tea. They might seem harmless, but here's the secret: our eyes notice them before we notice anything else. That's why one of the simplest habits you can have is wiping surfaces daily. It's not deep cleaning, it's more like pressing a reset button. Just a gentle sweep of a cloth across the areas you touch and see the most, and suddenly the whole space feels fresh. Linda, who lives in sunny Florida, keeps a soft microfiber cloth in every main room. It's like having a bookmark for my day, she told me. After breakfast, I swipe the counter. Before bed, I dust the coffee table. It's just part of the rhythm. And here's something you might not expect. For many older adults, this habit also keeps the home healthier. Regular wiping means less dust, fewer allergens, and fewer germs on the things you touch every day. It's a small act of self-care as much as it is home care. If you want to make this effortless, place a cloth or small spray bottle in the rooms you use most. That way, when you see a spill or a mark, you can take care of it in seconds instead of adding it to tomorrow's list. And because it only takes a moment, it never feels like cleaning. It just feels like taking care of your space in the moment. Imagine walking into your kitchen in the morning and seeing a counter that's already spotless. No crumbs, no sticky spots, just a smooth, welcoming surface ready for whatever comes next. That's the kind of quiet satisfaction that sets the tone for your whole day. And speaking of satisfaction, there's one daily habit that gives you the same sense of control, but it works on an entirely different part of your home. And if you've ever felt buried under it, this next one will be a game changer. Habit 4: do a small load of laundry every day, light and easy. You've refreshed your surfaces, now let's talk about something that often hides in plain sight until it suddenly feels overwhelming: laundry. Laundry has a way of growing quietly. One day there's just a shirt or two, and the next, it's a mountain that demands an entire afternoon of your time and energy. And for many older adults, tackling a big pile all at once isn't just tiring, it can be physically demanding. That's why I love the habit of doing a small load every single day. Not a marathon, not laundry day, just one light load. John, a retired teacher in Oregon, swears by it. I toss in a few shirts in the morning, maybe a towel or two, he told me. By lunchtime, it's done and I never feel behind. This habit works for a simple reason. It breaks a big job into bite-sized pieces. Less lifting, less bending, and no more trying to fold an overwhelming pile. And here's the bonus: your clothes stay fresher because they are never sitting too long before being washed. I've noticed something else. When laundry never piles up, the rest of the home feels calmer too. There's no basket in the hallway whispering, "I still need to be done." There's no spare chair covered in clean clothes waiting to be folded. Every item has its place, and you get to enjoy the space instead of working around it. If you want to try this, keep it simple. Each morning or evening, glance at your basket. If there's enough for a small load, do it right then. No waiting for a full day's worth. And if you live alone or have fewer clothes, even 2 or 3 small loads a week can give you the same effect. Picture this: you open your closet and every item hanging there is clean and ready to wear. No digging for your favorite shirt. No stress about a last-minute outfit. Just the quiet confidence of knowing you're always prepared. And speaking of preparation, the next habit is all about setting the stage for a better tomorrow before you even go to bed tonight. Habit 5: never leave dishes overnight. A morning gift to yourself. Your laundry's under control. Now let's step into the kitchen, because this next habit can completely change how you feel every morning. I've visited many homes, and there's one difference you notice immediately when you walk into a kitchen first thing in the day: the sink. An empty, gleaming sink feels like an open invitation to start fresh. A sink full of dirty dishes. It feels like a to-do list you didn't ask for. That's why so many older adults with tidy homes never leave dishes overnight. It's not about being strict, it's about giving tomorrow's self a gift. Robert in Texas told me, "I clean the sink at night for the same reason I make my bed in the morning. It's a welcome, not a chore." And here's the thing: it doesn't have to be a big job. While the evening tea is brewing or the radio is playing softly, wash the plates, load the dishwasher, and give the sink a quick wipe. In just a few minutes, you've created a kitchen that will greet you in the morning with calm instead of clutter. For seniors, this habit has practical benefits too. It prevents lingering food smells, keeps pests at bay, and reduces the risk of slips from spilled liquids or grease left overnight. Plus, clean counters make it easier and more inviting to prepare healthy meals. I've also noticed this. When the sink is clean, people tend to keep the rest of the kitchen cleaner without even trying. It's like the room rises to match the standard you've set. So tonight, instead of saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," try this. Turn on a light you love, maybe a soft lamp or under-cabinet glow, put on a favorite song, and make those few minutes of dishwashing part of your evening ritual. Tomorrow morning, when you walk in and see that clear sink, you'll feel a little lift before the day even begins. And speaking of things that pile up fast if we ignore them, the next habit tackles one of the most common clutter traps in any home, and it's not what you might expect. Habit 6: control paper clutter daily. The entryway basket secret. Your kitchen is now ready to greet you each morning. But what about those little piles that quietly take over your home? I'm talking about paper. Bills, letters, newspapers, flyers, receipts, they don't seem like much when they arrive one by one. But left alone for even a few days, they spread across tables, countertops, and desks, stealing both your space and your peace of mind. The homes I've seen that stay truly calm all share one thing: they don't let paper linger. Margaret from Ohio has what she calls her entryway basket. The moment mail comes in, she sorts it on the spot, junk mail straight to recycling, bills into a folder, important letters to their place. If I let it sit, I'm inviting a mess, she told me, and she's right. Why does this matter so much for older adults? Because paper clutter isn't just visual, it's mental. That pile on the dining table is a constant whisper, you still have things to deal with. And the more it grows, the heavier that whisper becomes. By handling it daily, you protect your living spaces from turning into storage spaces. You also reduce the risk of misplacing important documents. No more frantic searching for a bill or letter when you need it most. Here's my tip: keep a small basket or tray near the door where paper enters your home. Make it part of your arrival routine. Sort before you even put down your keys. Once a week, take a few minutes to shred or file what's done. You'll be amazed how such a small habit can keep your tables and counters clear year-round. And here's the best part: when paper is under control, the whole home feels lighter, as if you've cleared more than just physical space. Now, clutter on surfaces is one thing, but there's another element in every home that can affect how fresh and welcoming it feels, and it has nothing to do with cleaning supplies. The next habit can transform the air you breathe and the way your home feels in just a few minutes a day. Habit 7: let fresh air in every day, the 10-minute lift. Your tables are clear, your counters are open, but how does your home feel? Not to the eyes, but to the body and mind. I've walked into homes that looked perfectly clean yet felt heavy, as if the air itself was tired. And I've walked into others, like Robert's home in Texas, that felt alive the moment you stepped in. The difference: fresh air. Every morning while his coffee brews, Robert cracks open the kitchen window, even in winter. It's like the house takes a deep breath, he says. In less than 10 minutes, stale air slips out and fresh air rolls in, carrying with it the sense of the day, maybe a hint of rain or the sweetness of a neighbor's flowers. For older adults, this simple habit has real benefits. It reduces indoor pollutants, refreshes your mind, and can even lift your mood. And if you cook often, it clears lingering food smells that can make a space feel stuffy. You don't need to fling every window open for an hour, just choose one or two and let them breathe. Morning is ideal when the air is cooler and cleaner. Now, even in colder months, a few minutes of open air can make a room feel as if it's been washed in light. Here's a small tip: pair this habit with something you already do daily. Open the window while making breakfast, folding laundry, or wiping surfaces. It becomes part of your rhythm, not another task on your list. And once you start, you'll notice something: fresh air makes you want to care for the space. It's as if your home is thanking you for letting it breathe. Now, we've refreshed the air around us. But there's another invisible culprit that can make a spotless home look neglected. The next habit tackles it in just a couple of minutes a day, and the impact is instantly visible. Habit 8: dust high-touch surfaces daily. The subtle shine that changes everything. We've let fresh air breathe life into the room. Now let's turn to something you can see, though often only when it's been ignored for too long: dust. Dust is quiet, patient, and everywhere. It settles on your coffee table, your nightstand, the TV remote, those very places your hands touch every day. And here's the truth: even the cleanest home can feel tired if those high-touch spots are covered in a thin film of dust. Linda in Florida has mastered this habit. She keeps a small microfiber cloth in her living room drawer and another in her bedroom. Each day she chooses just 3 to 5 surfaces and gives them a quick wipe, nothing fancy, no big routine. It's like polishing the smile of the room, she told me. And she's right, those freshly wiped surfaces catch the light differently, making the entire space feel more alive. For older adults, this isn't just about looks, it's about health. Dust carries pollen, pet dander, and tiny particles that can irritate breathing. By keeping high-touch surfaces clean, you're also protecting your lungs and making your home more comfortable to live in. And here's the beauty of this habit. You never need to do the whole house at once. Now, just a couple of minutes a day means you'll never face a marathon dusting session again. It's prevention, not reaction. Try this today. Wipe the remote control, the top of your side table, and the spot where your hands rest on your favorite chair. Tomorrow, pick 3 different spots. Within a week, every surface will have been cared for, and yet it will have felt effortless. And there's something else. Once those surfaces are clean, you'll be far more likely to keep them clear of clutter. Why? Because a polished table just invites you to leave it that way. Now, we've cared for the surfaces we see all day, but what about the space we wake up to each morning? The next habit sets the tone for your entire day before it even begins. Habit 9: tidy up before bed, the 10-minute evening reset. We've given attention to the surfaces we touch all day. But what about the view that greets you first thing in the morning? As I've been in homes where the living room is left exactly as the day ended. Blankets on the couch, cups on the table, books on the armrest. By morning, it's not just a room anymore. It's yesterday's mess waiting to be faced. And that's no way to start the day. That's why so many of the most peaceful homes I've visited have one final ritual each evening, a quick tidy before bed. Margaret in Ohio calls it her 10-minute reset. She folds the blanket on her reading chair, fluffs the pillows, clears the coffee table, and puts away anything that wandered out of place during the day. Sometimes she even runs a soft cloth over the dining table so it's smooth and ready for breakfast. Why does this habit matter so much? Because waking up to a clear, orderly space is like taking a deep breath before your day begins. It's a gentle message, you're starting fresh, not catching up. For older adults, it's also a chance to do a quick safety check. No shoes in the hallway, no cords across walkways, no small objects on the floor where they could cause a trip. Here's the secret. This doesn't need to be a chore. Put on a favorite song or let the evening news play softly in the background. Move through your space slowly, enjoying the act of setting it right. Let it be a transition from the day's busyness into rest. And the best part, when you wake up and see your home already in order, you'll feel more motivated to keep it that way. The morning energy builds on the peace you created the night before. Now, once the rooms are tidy, there's something else that makes this whole process even easier. A small shift that removes the friction from cleaning entirely. The next habit is all about setting yourself up for success without even thinking about it. Habit 10: keep cleaning supplies within reach, remove the friction. Your home is tidy from the night before, but here's a question. When you spot a small mess during the day, do you deal with it right away, or do you think, "I'll get to it later"? For most people, later means the mess sits there waiting. And often, the reason isn't laziness. It's simply that the supplies are too far away. If your cloth is in the laundry room, your spray under the kitchen sink, and your duster in the garage, you're less likely to take action in the moment. That's why one of the smartest habits I've seen in well-kept homes is keeping basic cleaning tools exactly where you use them. Robert in Texas has a small kit under the bathroom sink, a microfiber cloth, a glass cleaner, and disinfecting wipes. In the kitchen, he keeps a spray bottle and an extra cloth right beside the dish soap. In the living room, there's a small duster tucked into a basket under the coffee table. Why does this work so well, especially for older adults? Because it removes friction. No hunting, no carrying supplies from room to room, just see it, fix it, and move on. It's safer too, since you're not rushing around carrying heavy bottles or climbing to high shelves to reach what you need. Here's how to start. Think about your home in zones. What's the one cleaning task that comes up most often in each zone? Keep the tools for that task there within arm's reach. That way, a toothpaste splash in the bathroom sink can be gone in 10 seconds. A coffee spill on the counter can vanish before it dries, and a dusty TV screen can be cleared in the time it takes to change the channel. The beauty of this habit is that it makes cleaning almost invisible. It's just something you do as part of living in your space, not a separate event you have to schedule. And now that we've made cleaning easy to start, let's talk about the part of your home that needs the most consistent attention, because if it's not cared for daily, it can undo the feel of cleanliness in every other room. Habit 11: quick sweep of high-traffic floors, the foundation of a fresh home. We've made cleaning easier by keeping supplies close. But there's one part of the home that needs daily attention no matter how neat the rest of the space looks: the floors you walk on every day. I've been in homes where the countertops gleamed and the furniture was dust-free. Yet the moment you stepped barefoot, you felt tiny crumbs, pet hair, or dust underfoot. It's a small thing, but it can instantly break the feeling of freshness in the whole house. That's why the cleanest, most comfortable homes make a habit of giving high-traffic floors a quick sweep or vacuum every single day. Robert in Texas keeps a lightweight cordless vacuum in the hallway closet. "I can sweep the kitchen and living room in under 5 minutes," he told me. "It's faster than making coffee, and it makes the whole place feel better." For older adults, this habit isn't just about looks, it's about safety. Crumbs or small debris can cause slips, and pet hair or dust can aggravate allergies. A quick daily sweep keeps walkways clear, the air cleaner, and the home more inviting for visitors. Here's how to make it easy. Choose the spots you use the most: the kitchen, hallway, and living room, and give them a fast once-over in the evening just before you settle in for the night. You'll go to bed knowing you're waking up to clean floors, and you won't be chasing dust bunnies around when you'd rather be enjoying your morning. And here's the subtle magic: clean floors make everything else look cleaner. Even if you didn't dust today or fold the laundry, the freshness underfoot gives the whole room a brighter feel. Now, we've covered almost every part of keeping a home fresh and welcoming. But there's one final habit that ties it all together. It's the reason all these small actions matter, and without it, you might never fully enjoy the home you've worked so hard to care for. Habit 12: take time to enjoy your home, the reward that keeps you going. We've talked about making beds, clearing clutter, fresh air, clean floors, all the small habits that keep a home beautiful. But here's the question: what's the point of all this effort if you never stop to enjoy it? The most peaceful homes I've ever visited have one thing in common: the people living there take time to simply be in them. Margaret in Ohio pours herself a cup of tea, sits by the window, and watches the light move across her tidy living room. Robert in Texas sometimes plays soft jazz and sits at his clean kitchen table, just breathing in the quiet. Why is this so important? Because these small moments turn cleaning from a chore into an act of care. You begin to see your home not as a list of tasks, but as a space that gives back to you comfort, peace, and pride. For older adults, this habit also keeps motivation alive. When you truly notice how good it feels to live in a space you've cared for, you're far more likely to keep up the little routines that make it possible. It becomes less about having to clean and more about wanting to preserve this feeling. Here's how to practice it. After finishing a bit of tidying, don't rush to the next task. Sit down in your favorite chair. Light a candle or open a window. Read a few pages of a book or just let your eyes wander over the room you've created. Let yourself feel the result of your effort. And here's the beautiful part, this is the habit that ties all the others together. When you enjoy your home, you naturally want to keep it in that state. Every smooth bed, every clear counter, every fresh floor becomes part of an environment that supports you, not drains you. At the Senior Nest, we believe a clean, welcoming home isn't just about looking nice. It's about living well. And that's the reward you've earned, one small habit at a time. 12 small habits, each simple on its own, can turn any home into a place of calm, safety, and pride. They're not about perfection, but about care. Every smooth bed, every clear counter, every breath of fresh air is a quiet way of saying to yourself, I matter and so does my space. You don't need to start with all 12. Choose one, make it part of your day until it's second nature, then add another. Soon, you won't just have a cleaner home, you'll have a home that truly feels like yours. So, which habit will you begin tomorrow? Whatever you choose, remember, your home will always give back the care you put into it. And in our next conversation, I'll share a tip that has nothing to do with scrubbing, yet might be the key to making your home feel warmer than ever.